Back before the second Sonic movie came out, I made a video about my predictions for it. I think the only thing I got right was that the Master Emerald would split up to form the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and everything else I said was embarrassingly, cringe-inducingly wrong. Like saying that I thought they would replace Kalino Shaughnessy in the sequel, and instead have Tails be voiced by, Tom Holland. But you know, he was too busy saving himself for the Zelda movie. Anyway, I thought I'd double up on the humiliation by making 25 more, surely to be poorly aged predictions for the third Sonic movie. Yep, I got a whole bingo sheet worth of predictions, and this time I'm playing for all the chips. Chips? You mean potato chips? Buzz off, Charmy, I'm not letting you take up a bingo slot. Anyway, on to my actual predictions. Number 1, Shadow Jailbreak. The opening is similar to the Dark story from Sonic Adventure 2. A mech tears through the military base until it finds Shadow. But it's revealed that it's not Eggman piloting the mech. Instead, it's Stone. Stone is there to recruit Shadow to help him find Dr. Eggman, who has been missing since his last fight with Sonic. Prediction number 2. Team Sonic Junior Firefighters. Our first scene with Sonic will reveal he and his friends are saving a family from a burning house in Green Hills. Tails uses his drones to find if anyone's still in the building, Knuckles punches through the debris to save them, and Sonic keeps the fire contained by running around it in a circle, putting it out. Prediction number 3. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers reference. There will be a scene where Sonic and Co are watching the Chip and Dale movie and joke about the CGI looking ugly. This scene is of course here, so the Sonic movie franchise can fulfill its end of the corporate synergy deal that was made when Ugly Sonic was featured in the Chip and Dale movie. The scene they're watching won't actually be one of the ones that featured Ugly Sonic, but it will still lead to angry fan rants confused about how the Chip and Dale movie could possibly exist in the Sonic movie universe. Number 4. Maddie is pregnant. This was a prediction I originally made for the second film, but now it's time. Early in the film, Maddie reveals to her, adopted children that she's pregnant with another child. This makes Sonic feel insecure, worrying that his tendency to attract trouble will put the baby's life at risk, and that Maddie and Tom won't want him around anymore. Although, personally, I think the baby is the one who should feel insecure. There's no way they could ever live up to their superhero mutant siblings. Number 5. Tom gets kidnapped. Shadow attacks the Wachowski household in order to steal the Master Emerald.
Yanu! You are a national treasure.
And ends up kidnapping Tom in the process, teleporting them both to the Space Colony Ark. This keeps Tom sidelined for the movie. Sonic and Co go on a mission to save him. Maddie wants to join them, but ultimately it's decided that she should stay in hiding because of her pregnancy. That keeps her sidelined for the movie too. Number 6. Tom and Shadow bond. Over the course of his kidnapping, Tom bonds with Shadow as he tells him the many wonders of Earth, like Olive Garden. Their relationship arc is essentially the same as the one Shadow had with Chris Thorndyke in Sonic X. Which of these do you think will end up being the better Sonic Adventure 2 adaptation? Number 7. Tails and Knuckles basically have nothing to do. Tails and Knuckles tag along on Sonic's adventure to save Tom, and have occasional comic relief dialogue, but other than that, there's not much going on for them. I guess Knuckles doesn't need the limelight anyway, since he already had an entire TV series about him, supposedly. And Tails doesn't deserve a more prominent role because he's not voiced by a famous celebrity. Told you they should have cast Tom Holland. Number 8. Rachel and Amy road trip. While Sonic and Co are off saving Tom, Maddie's sister Rachel comes to stay so she can look after her. Shortly after, Amy arrives, looking for Sonic. Amy needs a guide for Earth, so Rachel is made to accompany her. This makes for an Amy-Rachel road trip, just like Tom and Sonic's road trip in the first movie, or like Wade and Knuckles' road trip in the TV series. There's definitely going to be some kind of road trip. Number 9. Amy watches Tails Tube. How did Amy find out Sonic was on Earth? Why, she watched those same transmissions that Tails did. When she and Tails meet up, they get a bit competitive over which one of them is Sonic's biggest fan. Number 10. Hedgehog lore. And why did Amy need to find Sonic in the first place? Well, because she and Sonic are the last known survivors of their alien hedgehog species. Or are they? Number 11. Amy Hammer origin story. During their road trip, Amy and Rachel come across a carnival. At the carnival is a test your strength game with a comically large hammer. Robots attack the carnival, and Amy uses it as a weapon, making it her Pico Pico hammer. Number 12. Agent Rachel. Amy, ever the fan of romance, asks Rachel if she's ever had anyone special in her life. Rachel tells her about Randall Handel and the fake wedding Gunn set up, and how Rachel decided to give him another chance after Randall confessed that he genuinely fell for her. But Rachel leaves out one secret detail. What she doesn't say is, after she took Randall back, he started training her to work as a gun agent. And her first mission was to gain the trust of one of the alien creatures and bring it back to Gunn's headquarters. Will Rachel be able to carry out her mission, or will her newfound friendship with Amy make her second guess herself? Well, you have to wait for the release of Sonic 3 to find out. You know, as long as Amy's actually in the movie and all of this actually happens. Amy better be in the movie, otherwise that's 5 of my predictions down the drain. Although, maybe all this Amy and Rachel stuff would work better as a mini-series. If they did make it into a TV show, I'm sure it would go down in history as the most acclaimed and prestigious series Natasha Rothwell has ever acted in. Number 13, Free Space, aka Fart Joke. This is the free space, so I'm going to use it to say there will be at least one fart joke in this movie. Actually, I'm going to go the extra mile and guess a specific number. I think there will be 5 fart jokes in the movie, and 2 of them will involve Shadow. One where he overhears Tom farting and glares at him, and a later one where Shadow lets out a little toot himself. But how many fart jokes do you think there will be? Let me know down in the comments. And if it turns out your guess is correct, I will pin your comment. Number 14. Adventure in Space. Other planets have played a minor role so far, usually only appearing in the opening or in short flashbacks, but this will be the first movie where around half of it takes place in outer space and on other planets. I'm thinking Sonic's crew goes into space while Amy and Rachel are looking for them on Earth. It's a little bit of a dramatic irony there for you. I might be overestimating the film's budget though, but they did do a lot of filming in England, which is basically the same thing as a weird alien planet. Number 15. Bar scene in space. Keeping the trend of every movie having its own bar fight scene, the third movie will also have a bar scene, but this time it'll be a space bar filled with scary aliens. Ooh. Number 16. Chow Garden fan service. Sonic and friends will arrive in the Chow Garden and just screw around with Chow for like 10 minutes or so. It will have absolutely no bearing on the plot whatsoever, and could have been cut out of the movie completely, but everyone will love it anyway, because it's Chow! Okay, if you want to try and make it plot relevant, maybe Cream and her mother Vanilla are the guardians of the Chow, but then Vanilla gets kidnapped by gun agents for experiments or something, and now the garden is in disarray. I don't know, just give me Chow, I don't care, just find a way. And that goes for the games too, please give me in the games as well. Number 17. Big Nut. One big question everyone's been asking since the first movie was announced is, how will Big the Cat be incorporated into the Sonic movie universe? And I thought of the perfect way. You know how in the Ice Age movies Scrap the Squirrel has this whole side plot about chasing that nut? Well, just do that for Big, but instead of chasing that nut, he's chasing Froggy. A seamless integration. Oh yeah, I guess if I'm predicting Big, I should probably say something about Rouge as well. Number 18. Bad Rouge. Rouge will be in the movie doing the whole double agent thing she does in the game. You know, where she pretends to work for Eggman and Shadow but is secretly working for Gunn the whole time. And when Sonic and Co meet Rouge, they'll be like, wait, you're on Eggman's side? And she'll reply, yes I am. I guess that makes me a baddie. And that line will make all the 20-something male fans go crazy. Number 19. Rouge versus Amy. Obviously in an action movie, if you have one heroic female character and one evil female character, then you have to have them have a big fight in the end. I believe the colloquial term for this is pitting 2 bad bitches against each other. Number 20. Metal Sonic Army. One final supporting character whose appearance we have left to speculate on is Metal Sonic. Shadow being the main antagonist of this film, makes it seem like metal might be skipped over entirely. But I think he could still be incorporated. But there won't be just one single Metal Sonic, there will be a whole army of them, built by Eggman or Stone, using one of Sonic's quills as a power source. They'll use this army to defend their base in the Space Colony Ark. And maybe they'll even have some Metal Knuckles and Tails dolls too, to add some extra flavour. 21. Maria and Eggman Relationship Melodrama. We got a taste of this through Eggman's Logs and Frontiers, but now I want a whole movie dedicated to Eggman's feelings of inadequacy as he fails to live up to the memory of his dead cousin. It will completely clash with Carrie's wacky performance, but Maria getting shot with a gun already clashes against the comedic tone, so that should be fine. And hey, if they do add that Sonic being insecure about his new human sibling plotline that they should totally do, they could have Sonic's insecurities thematically reflect Eggman's jealousy of Maria. Oh, I just realised I never explained why I thought Eggman would be in hiding between movies 2 and 3. Let's say Brazil. Number 22, Shadow's real origin. Okay, you remember 12 predictions ago where I said Amy and Sonic were the last surviving members of the hedgehog species? What exactly happened to them? Well, 50 years ago, members of the hedgehog species arrived on Earth. You know, just to do some sightseeing, maybe check out the Master Emerald. But then the military found them and shot them on sight. But they cloned some DNA from the hedgehog corpses. This DNA was then taken to the Ark, where Project Shadow was created. Number 23, the Biolizard's true identity. Before Shadow, the prototype weapon the government was working on was the Biolizard, but no one has been sure of its whereabouts for the past 50 years. It turns out that the Biolizard has been living on Earth in the skies all that time. That's right, the Biolizard is actually Maddie and Tom's dog. This shocking twist is revealed to the audience when the dog starts barking in a seemingly innocent manner, only for it to morph into a sinister laugh like this. Buck, 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 buck. Rock, buck, 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 buck. Number 24. End credits reveal. After the Biolizard is slain and Shadow moves into Tom and Maddie's boarding house for wayward youth, Sonic and Co celebrate their latest victory by having a traditional meal in the Olive Garden. But as they're eating, the camera pans across the street, slowly revealing that they are all being watched from atop a building by none other than Silver the Hedgehog. The camera zooms in on him as he says, "I finally found you, Iblis Trigger," before cutting to black. Number 25. YouTuber cameos. And of course, what's a better way to pander the kids than having YouTubers appear in your movie? I'm thinking they should only include the biggest Sonic fans out there, like Arlo, or Aaron Hansen. And I know I'm a very small YouTuber and no one watching would have any idea who I am, but I think they should let me be in the movie as a thank you for all these amazing ideas I suggested, which they are definitely going to use. I mean, they already finished filming the movie now, so it would be too late to add them. But I'm sure if any executive watches this, they'll postpone the movie by another 6 months for reshoots. So, I'll see you guys again in December to see if my predictions came true. Or, if they make the correct move and delay it to add my ideas, I'll see you in June of the following year to tell you I told you so.